welcome to another vlog. If you're new here, welcome. Thanks for joining me on this journey. And then if you are been following along this journey for a while, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you here. Today I have my planner with me, so it's gonna be another planner video. I realize I've been kind of working out of order, so I already did 2 weekly spreads for April already because I did intend to make this video so I can do another April overview. So I need to set that up. I also need to do some goal planning. So we're gonna go to my goal spread and add some goals for Q2. And then if time permits, I might do a weekly spread for next week. But can I show y'all this spread right here? Let me make sure it's straight in the camera. This was fun. I had a lot of fun making this, and I wish I would have recorded it. I had no idea that, I don't know, it just came out so cute, and I was like, dang, I should have documented this process, but it was something I was just planning to whip together really fast, and it came out really cute. Last week was kind of bare bones. I didn't really have too much going on at work. This week I had a lot going on at work, so it's pretty filled. Also, this habit section, I'm just tired of using it. I didn't use it last week, and I was like, for Q2, I'm not tracking habits because a lot of these things I do every day already, so I don't need a reminder per se, but I just didn't want to waste that space either. So I added a little sticky note so that, I can add some weekly inspo. I also added this because there is a event tomorrow at the High Museum. And then I just added some other stickers and things to really bring this spread to life. And, my usual, I have notes on this side. So I wanted to show y'all that because I think this spread is the best one yet. So anyways, let me get my sticky book because we're gonna need that. Let me just move her out the way. And then, where should we start? Should we start with goals or should we do April? Let's start with goals. Let's flip to the goals section. I actually haven't been there in a while. So that is this section right here. Let me remind myself what the goals that I have for the year are. I love looking at my mindset card, my word for the year, unfurl, and just basically this is just my period of becoming and just kind of letting everything blossom the way that it's meant to be. So first, some of the goals I have for the year are my temp stay in Amsterdam. So I would love to go to Amsterdam for 3 months, and hopefully I can make that happen this year, but there's so much going on in the world as well as logistics required for my job. So would love to be able to do that. Still trying to figure that out. Some other goals I had, letting content creation be playful. I'm having so much fun with this process, especially, how much I love planning and organization and actually letting myself enjoy it as a hobby. I think I struggled for the longest time about what I wanted my content to be about. So it's just nice to not think too deeply about what I want to post. I'm if this is something I'm into right now and I feel like this is just what I enjoy doing naturally, I'll make content about it. And when it changes, then we evolve. Personal curriculum, that's still an ever-evolving thing. I have to look at my lists. I think I have a list in Notion of different courses that I wanted to, take. And a lot of first quarter was just focused on my certification exam. So I didn't really get to dive too much into courses yet. But I know for Q2, I definitely wanted to create a curriculum around editing and content and filming and just just learning more about the process, especially since this is the phase of life that I'm in right now. We also have unique and fun Notion products. So I also love being in Notion. I created a digital product last year. So I want to go in and make some updates for this current year since it's been a while since it's been revised. I want to make more fun Notion products that I can release and put into the marketplace. I do have some right now, so I can add a link below to one of my free templates and also paid templates that is in the Notion marketplace. So if you're interested in seeing that, I'll add a link to the description. Yeah, I think that was a good recap of what I wanted to accomplish this year. So let's review Q1. Databricks, everything's already checked off, so we're good there. Nervous system reset. So I did experiment with some stuff around here. I did do weekly solo dates just to get myself outside. The daily downshift. Once I started this project, because this project is based on West Coast hours, It's literally knocked my entire circadian rhythm off. Like, I'm going to bed at weird hours like 1 a.m., waking up at 9 a.m., 10 a.m. sometimes. So it's been really hard to do my daily downshift, which was me just like having a proper evening routine, you know, getting myself ready for the evening hours, getting ready for bed, you know, slowing down, trying not to be on TV, trying not to scroll on my device, read a book, you know, things of that nature. Just like really get my body prepared to like go to bed. So I also wanted to kind of get in the habit of using Sundays to also like do beauty maintenance. So like at one point in time I was getting my lashes done like every few weeks. I don't know if I'll go back to that per se, but I do have like some temporary lashes that last about a week. So I thought about incorporating that back into my beauty routine. Maybe I have to buy some. I don't have any right now. Experiment with intervention. So these things are all related. The 3 stress signals, monitor patterns, experiment with intervention. So the stress signals were related to like things that are, I feel like, harming my health a little bit. Like honestly, scrolling does harm my health a little bit. Like I feel like instead of sleeping, I'm scrolling. So that's what I mean by things that are not helping me get the proper rest I need. Not drinking enough water, being dehydrated. As someone who also has a chronic health condition, being dehydrated is not an option. So I also try to watch out for my not drinking, but like my water intake and making sure I'm staying on top of that. I'm also chronically fatigued, so I need to make sure I'm getting my 8 hours of sleep as well. So those were things related to like my nervous system reset, gentle return to content. That was just me trying to find ways to make content just feel more ease. Short form, quick wins. I feel like that was just like easy ways to post more short form content. I'm not doing short form right now, but I will revisit that in Q2. I think in addition to long form, I do want to at least start to have a little bit of short form. So basically that's just easy, very ways I can just post short form without having to think too much about it. Yoruba language learning, I focused on grammar, grading, weekly voice practice. I didn't do that. I also need to get in touch with my tutor again, and then the bi-weekly Yoruba day, which was just basically every other week, just having one fully immersive day of just watching either Yoruba content or being at my mom's house. I mean, my mom talks in Yoruba all day, every day, so that was an easy one to be able to have. And then last but not least, personal curriculum development. So this was just like setting up a system for me to be able to create a personal curriculum using Notion. So basically having a course catalog, setting up a course structure. Why do I always say that word weird? Course structure. Structure. I struggle with T's and R's, so if I say some things weird, please just give me grace. I think we can check most of these off. So that's it for Q1. So let me actually take this page out because I'm going to write on the back and it'll just be easier. I find it very hard to write on the left side of the page, so I'm going to take that out. So I'm actually going to write on my notepad so it'll be easier to write. Getting the home in order. And that needs to be done by June. How many days are in June? 30. 06/30. For that, we need to finalize contractors for bathroom / upstairs remodel. Had a short list of 5 different contractors that we spoke with, and one of them didn't show up, so that was an automatic no. Like, if you're not going to make time to communicate that you're not coming or even show up to the appointment, we're not working with you. So out of the 4, we're down to 3. One had an outrageous quote, like $70K for 2 bathrooms. We're not paying $70K for 2 bathrooms. Kitchen didn't even cost that much. And I feel like a kitchen remodel, like kitchen and bathroom is the most expensive places of your home to remodel, but paying double the price for the bathrooms than we did for the kitchen just seems like a crazy amount. So he was the first one to have no other reference point to compare that price to. But yeah, I was just like, $70,000 feels a little unreasonable for a bathroom remodel. So we're probably not going to go with him. So we still have 2 more companies, well, 1 more company and 1 more contractor to get our estimates from, and then we'll see. So once we find this contract, I also need to create a mood board, choose finishes, and cabinetry. So I think that's everything I need to do for the bathrooms. I need to do a whole closet reset and declutter. I don't know, style, especially with like clothes and fashion, is something I used to play with a long time ago, and for the last few years has just been not inspired. For special events or occasions, I will get dressed and like have fun and try to style my look, but on a day-to-day, I feel like I don't want to feel uninspired by my closet anymore, and I feel like it'll help me with my looks and figuring out what I need, the things I need to take out, things I need to replace, and just what I want to purchase, to like just really see what is it that I want to keep and what is all this extra fluff and clothing, probably some of them dating back to, I won't say high school, but college, that I need to get rid of so I can feel inspired again. So yes, closet reset or closet refresh. I call it a closet refresh because getting rid of the old, out with the old and in with the new. All right, so that is getting the home in order. And then what's next? So we have home as one section. So let me check this off. We are good here and good here. Next section we can do, let's do Notion. So with Notion, I want to create a style resource in Notion for fun. Like all my favorite brands, definitely a resource for all different Black brands and African brands, especially Nigerian brands. I feel like it'll be helpful to others too, just to like have a little one-stop shop of like different African brands and Black brands to shop from for clothing, accessories, and things of that nature. So I want to build that in Notion. I think that would be a fun project. Updating, flourish, and flow is what I call my productivity template. And then style guide. I'll think of a more fun name later. And then I also want to create another template. So usually when I have a whole bunch of ideas, they end up on sticky notes or in notebooks or in my Apple app, the Notes app, or in Notion. And it gets very frustrating where I don't remember where I wrote something down. So I wanted to create like a little brain dump of all your ideas, and it kind of helps you organize them and prioritize like things you want to work on. But just a way to keep track of all my ideas in one place versus in multiple different places. So we're going to call it, I don't know, the idea pot. I don't know what to call it. The idea dump. I don't know what it means. Also think of a better name for that too. So the style guide, I'm gonna put an asterisk because we're not gonna call it that. Same with this idea dump. All right, so that's done. Next thing is content. So this goal is, so everything related to content is like I want to continue posting until I get to 100 videos. And then I think once I get to 100, I want to clarify my content strategy and do a content audit. Maybe we'll do a content audit just to see what's working, what's not working. Probably do that along the way, but it'll be nice to do it at the end of 100 and just really be clear about what's working, what's not working, what did I enjoy, what's doing well, all those things. I think definitely by that point, I should be, or maybe even before that point, be ready for affiliate marketing, because why not make some coin? And then I want to start cross-posting between TikTok and YouTube. So we can start cross-posting. Work smarter, not harder. So that's also part of the content strategy that I need to work on. I don't know what that goal is going to be called yet. We'll come back to that. So I'm not sitting here spinning my brain. And then for personal curriculum, we're going to say, personal curriculum journey. And I think for this quarter, I want to focus on content related stuff. So learn filming techniques and then also learn editing techniques. So we're just going to call this goal develop content strategy. So let's add some dots and we'll call this one finished. And 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. All right, that's done. Let's move this back, add you back to the planner. Awesome. And there we have it, our Q2 goals. And then if I think of some more, at least I still have that extra box to add more goals to. We can also have some space for some other random action items. Wow. After my battery died, I never pressed record, so I don't even know the last thing you saw. So at this point, I'm just going to show you the goals section, which I really didn't do much decoration with. I can't believe that. I can't believe I forgot to press record. Wow. So here's the goals section. Have some space at the bottom in case I want to add some more goals. And then also we did April month overview. And then let's go to the April overview. So this is what I accomplished. You didn't get to see the process, but at least you get to see the end result. This is what the month overview looks like. I think it came together really nice. Very clean, not too busy. I still don't know what I'm going to do with the right side of the page yet, but I guess time will tell. But yes, that is the month overview. We did it. April month overview is done. And I will see you next time. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you later.